I kind of like the sound effects too.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty cool.
I was considering using them, but I was too lazy.
You can group them up and move them around to different playlists. Alrighty.
I'll start this one to get the mood in.
Oh, okay. Alright, please lend me your attention as we delve into the untold tale of Grundy Beardseeker. You find yourself at the edge of a dock, hearing the sounds of lapping waves up against the dock, waving goodbye to your friends on a sailing ship across the endless sea. You turn around and you can see the grand ivory tower of Barad, remembering the instructions from the Archfey Oberon, telling you that your cousin hold of the Khazad Dreg was in need, and that upon reaching the throng, you were to find an old friend who was in need of help. That being said, if you have anything in the city you'd like to do first, like buying provisions for your long journey, or just whatever really, then go for it.
I'd like to look at the map if that's allowed.
Let's see if it's not deleted. It might have got deleted. It got deleted.
I can wait.
Yeah, I'll throw it up.
Let's see. Let me take a look at the old inventory. It's been a while.
I think it's a 4-day journey to Khazad Drag.
Okay.
Okay. It's maps in progress. Map making. Don't worry. It'll be up soon. Oh no, that's too big.
I can't see it yet, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean the file's too big.
Oh. Um.
Actually, wait.
So many
I have one on.
options. Okay. Not hung down by the group anymore. I can do what I want.
Kingdoms and politics, Berthelia. Damn it. Can you resize images without Photoshop?
Let's see. For now,
Yeah, it's fine. I gotta do this eventually anyway, unless you don't want to wait.
no, it's fine. I'm a little rusty on the names, but I like to visit. I like to visit the banker.
Oh. You want to go to Dunkirk? Dunkirk's in Maine. You guys are in Barad.
Oh, I keep forgetting that. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. I'd like to send something to the banker.
Okay. Okay. Well, roll a quick investigation or maybe like charisma check if you want to find a spot. Actually, were you there when Copper sent some mail? I think you were.
I don't remember.
Whatever. You remember watching Copper go to the mailman to send some stuff to the Academy of Renford? And that music's loud for me. There you go. Okay, so you head through the crowded streets, kind of like pushing past different arcane students carrying, armfuls of books and different merchants with barrels of alcohol, until finally the street opens up to where you remember. There's kind of a small hole-in-the-wall type shop, but out front there's several cages full of carrier pigeons and ravens with the post office insignia on it.
Okay. I walk in.
Okay. Hello. What can I help you for?
I'd like to send some mail.
That can be arranged. Where to? And what are you sending? I mean, not what are you sending, but is it like an envelope or...
It'll be quite a hefty parcel.
Okay, that'll be a boy then. Where to?
To the
Maine.
banker in Maine.
Okay. So, the Dunkirk Bank in Maine.
To Dunkirk Bank in Maine.
Alright. You see the dwarf kind of like with a blonde beard and bald head pull out a it's not an archivist. No, like the medieval calculators with like the beads on it.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what they call those. Actually, I have a book, but it's not important. He pulls out one of those. He like starts calculating. He's like, a lad for, let's see, 2 silver a day, round trip. That'll be 1 gold piece.
Okay, I give him the gold piece. Did they change gold again? I would say.
Okay, so as you slap the gold piece down on the table, he grabs it with his hand, slides it over, clink, drops it into a small leather pouch.
Could you deliver a message with my parcel?
Of course, of course. He hands you, kind of like, give me a second. Looks under the desk, pulls out a small tag of parchment with a hole punched through it, kind of like a ribbon. Hands it to you with a quill.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite as literate with the writing as I used to be. Do you mind
right, sorry.
transcribing?
Pardon me, yeah. For sure, 100%, yeah.
I pull from my bag a wrapped cloth and putting it on the table. I'd like to deliver this ancestral cheese wheel personally to the banker. In case I do not return and my party finds me absent, I would like them to split the cheese in my honor.
Split the cheese in your honor.
That is all.
Right? Alright, as far as requests, it's not the strangest thing I've ever seen, but...
I will know if the cheese doesn't get there. It's ancestral, you see.
Oh, I know how you druid types like cheese. But, alright?
Is there any kind of shipping tracking I could get on it?
For that, you'd have to pay for the Prime membership, and that's about 50 gold annually. But you do get free 2-day shipping.
How much is that?
50 gold annually.
I don't think I need anything in the store.
Well, 2-day shipping, of course, takes into account in the distance. So, in Barad, for sure, 2 day shipping.
I think I'll be alright. I'm sure it'll be there by the time they get back.
Sure, lots of the professor types think it's a good deal.
I'm okay.
Suit yourself.
I'll be off. And here, I'll give you a silver. Add a silver. Make sure
Oh,
that this gets delivered on time.
okay. Thank you. Kind of
I know I
puffs
kind of
back this leather.
give a longing rub to my cheeks and walk out.
Like,
It hurts.
hey!
But
Don't get yourself killed.
I'll try my best.
Ding, 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 ding.
With that, I think I'm ready to go.
All right. Now, now I can recess the map. Oh boy. Sorry. Photoshop is slow.
Do I still have the goat?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to go get some feed for him then. In the meantime.
Okay. Easily enough, the city of Barad more or less is split with 4 gates. So you head up north to the gate leading to Kaza Dreg, where there's a smelly, kind of ramshackle area with a few boys running around trying to groom horses and stuff. There's a big fat man kind of bossing him around. He looks to be like the one in charge of the stable.
And where did we where the pony I had, was that in Maine or
You guys took a boat here.
okay, so it'd either be in Maine or at the keep, right? Probably.
It would be at Maine.
Okay. I go up to him and ask, I'd like to buy some feed for my goat here and perhaps rent a donkey.
All right. Well, how much feed are we talking? Or for just today, I can give you a lovely discount on some feed satchels.
Probably 3 days or so. 3-4 days.
All right. He heads back inside, grabs 2 big saddlebags full of feed, throws them over the back of a donkey. It kind of neighs like there was a big unexpected weight just thrown on it. It's like, well, so the feed, that'll be 10 silver. Saddlebags included. 3 gold. Donkey rental. How long did you say you'd be keeping this donkey?
Do you have a kind of return service up where the dwarves be living?
Up in
Or is this your only stall?
this is
Character.
my only stall, unfortunately. I mean, I could sell you the donkey for 30, 40 gold.
Let's do that.
All right. So, with the feed, the satchel, the saddle, the 60 gold pieces.
You're selling me the donkey for 30 gold. And then it's 30 more gold?
Well, you see, I don't get a lot of entertainment around here, so if you want to haggle.
How about they propose a trade?
A trade.
How about I trade this donkey? Excuse me. I trade for this donkey, the feed, the saddle, all that. I give you 59 gold.
Sold. Like shows for like this kind of fat, sweaty hand. He's like,
You've been right cheated, sir. I give him the 59 gold.
oh, you do struck indeed a hard bargain.
Alright.
Alright.
Alright, I mount the donkey and kind of pull on the goat behind me. Come on, you goat fucker! And start heading up north.
Alright. Okay, so on the road to Kazandrag. Let's see. Do. No. Give me a second. Okay, so heading north on the. Actually, let me see if I can key that map real quick. I think I can do it. Export as.
You're like under 25, right?
10. Yeah.
You can limit those parameters too.
Yeah. What is it? Excuse you? Has to be within 5, I guess, which kind of sucks.
Oh, he's got mine to fit. Giggity.
Yeah, I was kind of an idiot because I deleted all of the files because we were reaching our limit. And I didn't realize it would delete my map. I didn't delete any of your combat maps, so. Sir. I wouldn't say decide. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'll have to do it later.
Okay.
I don't know where it's going. So stupid. Okay. Anyway, you start heading north on the Thanes Road towards, right, you left.
I left?
You're traveling, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You start traveling north on the Thanes Road through the Direwood Forest to the south of Caragor. And as you're traveling, like looking behind you, you can still see the tower for about half a day before it disappears behind the hills. And your travel isn't alone. This road is a pretty populated one with, you can see lots of wagons and trade caravans going north along the same route you are, carrying large stockpiles of food, and other wagons and caravans going south, overladen with Just huge amounts of well-crafted and tinkered oddities and inns, noticeably of dwarven make. After a couple days, you do descend into the Direwood, and as you're traveling, you get this strange sense that there are still cows playing in the background. You get a strange sense that you're being followed. Like you can hear weird noises coming from the forest. Strange tree limbs cracking and falling around you, and shadows disappearing behind the forest. But you never can quite get a good look at who you assume to be your pursuer. Until finally, on the eve of the fourth day, after traveling up the White Pass, up through Caragor, you reach a... Too many notes? Sorry. But now, as you crest the mountains and look down, you can finally see it. After 4 days traveling,
The map.
a door. Oh, you can see the map?
Yeah, I did it way faster than you.
You're right.
Continue.
You can see it. A door. The door. Flanked on either side by statues of ancestral warriors, carved with great care from the mountains that bore them. Great clusters of homes and shops spill from the gate and fill the valley below, and all fastened together with a great wall. Terraced stripes of green stripe the surrounding mountains where gnome farmers are hard at work. Plumes of smoke pour from unseen chimneys chiseled through the mountainside. As you silently take in the sights and smells, you can hear footsteps coming up from behind you. Is that really you, you daft bastard?
I turn. What do I see?
There, behind you, is a short, fat dwarf with a long, black, billowing beard, great crossbow slung over his back, and instead of long black hair, you see a shaved, bald head. And there behind you is... You don't recognize me! I'm Doyle!
Doyle!
Hey! Doyle! Remember?
Gotten shorter, you fucker!
Aye, and you've gotten fatter. So how you been doing, you old slug? I never expected to see you up north. And where are your elf friends? That skinny one and there was a girl, right?
They're all
I vaguely
skinny
remember.
ones.
Aye. Oh, sorry, pardon me. Don't mean to be rude. Making introductions and stuff. He turns around. This is my wee nephew, Willie. You see behind him a younger looking dwarf with a shorter beard, entirely too blonde, and his face is just entirely too symmetrical, far too pretty to be of proper dwarven stock. Oh! Why, hello! My uncle's been jabbing my ear off non-stop. He said, I better get out of my home and go out adventuring. You're that giant slayer, aren't you?
So I've been called. And look at you. Your beard's nigh touched the ground.
Well, I've only been around for 20 summers. But I figured it's about time to get out and start adventuring in this wide world.
Aye, that be true. All the way north, though. What you doing up here, Doyle?
Well, that's a complicated question. And for that, We're gonna have to get some grog.
Right. We said far too many words without some grog down our throats.
Aye. He starts leading you into the city. Kind of strangely familiar with the city. You wouldn't have expected him to be familiar with this place, because you've met him far down south. He leads you through the crowded streets, stuffed full of just gnome farmers, dwarven tinkers, a few Dawi warriors just kind of, leaned up back on the cold-hewn stone walls of the various buildings in the streets with very tall, pointy metal hats. And some of them have kind of stuck feathers like through there's a fur collar that goes around the top. Some of them just shoved feathers in there. Each one with a weapon which has the look of a different smith's work. Almost like every single soldier has a different smith make their weapon. But eventually, before you even see it, you can smell just the wafting smells of thick, old, dwarven cheese and large amounts of brown, sour ale. Before you crest around the corner, you can see a building far bigger than the other ones. As you can tell, it gets a lot more attention than the other standard buildings. On the corner is a large tavern, just full of Dawi. Even though it's midday, they should be working. Doyle pushes in. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! We got business to attend to! Shouldn't you be back in the mines, Biffer? Kind of like shoving people out of the way. Finally, you guys make your way back. Kind of the only available table right now is a corner booth. Doyle sits down. He's like, Willie, get a couple of old warriors some drink. He runs off. Well, before we get to the brass tacks, what brings you up here way in the north?
Oh, I don't quite right know. Some elfy forest man told me to go up here. Thought I wouldn't rather argue with him.
Elfy forest man?
It's a long story. Just trust that I'm up here, and I don't know what I'd be doing.
And if you don't mind, what are you doing with that wee goat?
I was kind of left with him. He's not for eating. He's for milking. Not for fucking neither.
Hey, don't blame me. It gets lonely out adventuring in those long wilderness hikes.
This is a right virgin goat I got.
Well,
I'm rather fond of him.
you
He's
can
a good
keep
company.
me off. You can keep me off him, but I can't speak for Willie.
So is this your home?
No, it's
You seem to know the folk quite well.
it's my cousin's home. To be honest, I came up here and spent some summers in my youth, but you know how it is in dwarven society. Everybody knows everyone else. Kind of cursed that way. But anyway, as I was talking, my cousin. I might have some work for you.
Always up for an old job.
Right, so you're right. I don't belong up here. I'm not from the north. I'm from Flare Run, and actually, more accurately, I'm from the Iron Hills. But I got a letter from a cousin about a month back, and he leans in closer. Yeah, he's a private businessman. Meaning, anyway, he's an overseer at a mine. However, it's more of a private enterprise. And he's not He's not affiliated with any of the guilds, so he's reached out to me. Apparently, some of his workers have been hearing strange noises coming from the mine, which ironically isn't too strange. But anyway, he thought it was urgent enough to send all the way for me and Wee Willie to travel up north. And I don't know. Maybe you'd be willing to help.
Don't quite think I travelled all this way for a few wee snotlings, but I'm up to look. You're the only person I know here, ironically.
Well, it looks like we need each other then. And listen, my cousin, he's not like you and me. He's not the adventuring sort. Although he owns a mine, he probably has never stepped foot there a day in his life. But he's an honest man. And plus, I'm sure he wouldn't mind keeping a certain amount of secrecy that he's not working for a guild. So, I'm sure he could swing a nice purse your way. But look, I know that you men like me and you don't work for the money. It's all about the tales you can tell at the end of the day. So what do you say?
I'm not one to say no for adventuring. I'm a slayer after all.
Sounds good. As my granny used to say, you can break a stick, but not if it's in a bundle. The more the better. Now look, I don't mean to assume, but you're in new lands with some nice Dawi craftsmen around. So if you wouldn't mind taking a couple days, stock up on supplies, we wouldn't mind waiting. There's some good smiths, alchemists if you need to purchase some healing potions. Just whatever, let me know. I'm at your disposal.
So your cousin got a little event coming in my way to get me going. I'm light of pocket at the moment.
I was going to go see him this evening, actually, as I don't know if you could tell, but me and Willie are recent arrivals as well. So I was going to go up talk to him this evening. I suppose I could persuade him to give you an advance.
Be right obliged.
Hey. So last we met, you were killing giants. I can't but help imagine that your price has gone up since then. What have you been doing now? Killing krakens in the Shivering Sea?
Oh, I wish. Haven't gone much above giants. Mostly thugs, a few drakes. Haven't quite yet met dragon yet. Still waiting for that title of Dragon Slayer or Demon Slayer.
Well, it's better than me. I've slain some snotlings, some bears. Anyway.
They should call you Doyle the Snotter then, eh?
I prefer Doyle around. I don't know why. When I was younger, I hated it, but the longer you live, kind of grew on me, just like my belly. All right. Well,
if you don't need me, I'll be drinking and whoring my way. Don't really
Willie!
behave.
Where the hell are you? You can kind of see Willie just like pushing through the crowd with like some few steins. Finally dropping him at you. He's like, Willie, next time I tell you to go buy me some drink, I expect you to be back before our conversation's done.
I'd like
All right.
to insight Willie's demeanor. Like how does he carry himself?
Alright.
if possible.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Second, it's loading. Okay. 16.
He's pretty, I mean, he's definitely not a seasoned warrior. Like, even looking at his armor, you can tell that it's dirty from a journey, but it's not ragged from use. So he's pretty green. Like Doyle was saying, he kind of snatched Willie away from his mum in an effort to get him some adventure, kind of get him out of the house.
I kind of lean over to Doyle and say, so did you say that Willie there is yours?
Oh no, he's my nephew.
He's far too pretty to be a purebred. Did he go about plowing some elf?
You know, when he was born, there were some rumors circulating around, but I don't know. His pappy was pretty too. His mom, however, she was more like me.
I'll tell you, I don't like the pretty ones. Nothing against him personally.
To tell you honestly, that's kind of why I drug him out here. Maybe a good breaking his nose will be good.
I'll give him a few scars. I look at Willie and kind of like pop my eye out a little bit.
Like, first he kind of like draws back. He's like, ah, like, he's green, but I don't know. It's like, hey, Doyle, don't you be talking to me. Don't be talking to your friends about me like that. I might be young and green, but I'm raring to go.
That's the spirit. Right, well, I'll rest till you talk to your cousin. And we'll get myself armed and we'll be on our way.
Hey. Hey, Grundi. It's good seeing you again.
It's good seeing you too, Dolly. Even if I do only have one eye left. And I grab him by the forehead.
He kind of grabs. Oh,
okay.
He was gonna grab you by the ears.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. That's right. We do that. I give him a good headbutt.
Like, oh, you're a thick skull, Grundy, but that's why I love you. And he kind of like staggers like through the crowd. Anyway,
Chuckle and go back and sit down at the bar.
Right. So, how drunk do you think you get?
I should probably roll for that. What would I roll for that? It's not really up to me, is it? It's up to the gods.
Well, I mean, however you want to do it. If you want to roll a constitution. I mean, like, how much are you drinking?
How much does it cost?
It's cheap.
How cheap?
Like 2 silver a stein.
Alright, I put down 1 gold. How much will 1 gold get me?
That'll get you 5 pints.
Oh. Alright, make it 2! Put down 2 gold. I drink
Jeez.
2 golds worth.
Roll a con save with
Alright.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
That's 10 pints.
11.
This is dwarven ale. Alright. Jeez.
I go hard.
Yeah. Wait, let me see. Roll a D100 for me.
67.
Okay. Kind of the evening goes by. You at first you don't notice any ladies that are particularly attractive, but the farther into that 2 gold you get, there are lots and lots of pretty ladies around. So you kind of dance the night away, and you don't remember too much else. But when you wake up in the morning, you're kind of shoved in the corner of this tiny, a corner bench. And when the bar owner wakes you up as he's kind of sweeping around, but you notice kind of a weight on your chest, and as you look down, you see a small leather pouch, and in it there's 2 bone dice and like 10 gold pieces. You're like, you certainly go hard, don't you, laddie? You were gambling all night long, and you seem to do well for yourself there.
Guess I should make it 3 gold next time. Kind of stumble up off my feet.
Complaining.
Get my composure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kinda,
Take a silver for not disturbing me. Flicking my silver.
Catches it deftly, kind of drops it into his apron.
It's a good pub you got here.
I thank you, laddie. Now, go out and crack some skulls.
I nod and stumble out the door.
When you get back, you kind of push open the doors. You just it's this white sunlight, because you slept in. It's about 11 a.m. and you're looking around, and finally, like the short buildings begin to come into focus. The morning crowds doing their shopping and selling of wares. You can hear different, just sounds of a lively neighborhood with blacksmiths' hammers banging out swords. And then looking down the road, you can see a couple heads that look familiar. Just the bald, black-bearded dwarf and his shorter, blonde nephew kind of walking down the road towards you. Hey! Good morning, Grundi.
Good morning, I guess. So how did you fare?
Better than you by the looks. You look mighty pale.
Yes, but I'm 10 silver richer.
It's 10 gold.
Oh, I look again. Oh, 10 gold richer.
And they'll give you a nice bonus. Well, anyway, so I was talking to Cousin Bilzen. Took some convincing, but here's half your purse if you return. He kind of tosses you a bag. You look inside. There's about 200 gold pieces in it.
Still nicely. So what do you suggest for delving in the mines? What kind of equipment should I keep my eye out for?
Ooh, you should get one of those nice helmets with the candle on the top. Maybe...
There's nothing wrong with the mining helmet I got. It's a little worse for wear. It served me well. Perhaps I could get a little polish on it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that there. Let's see. I don't know. What do you have? I mean, torches, pickaxes,
Could use some more candles for my helmet.
Maybe ropes for rappelling. I don't know. Whatever you need.
I'll look about. It's been a while since I had my own mining days, but I'll get back into it.
Hey, and I don't know. I've always been served well to have a couple of healing potions and maybe a good hunting knife.
Right. Some rum. Good idea. Right, I'll be off. Where do you want to meet?
I'll meet you by the south gate. I have a surprise for you there too.
Oh. As long as it's rum, I'll be happy. My turn.
Yeah, it's not rum, but I hope you'll be happy. Oh, goodbye.
Goodbye. I'll cobble off. I'd like to search for a nice blacksmith, probably the one that looks like most established that I can see.
Okay.
Would that be investigation or perception? Or I could talk to someone.
Ah, shoot. Oh. This is...
It's on the
Layers.
map there.
Layers evade me. Why is it black? It's so dark.
I don't know what you did.
What have I done?
It's nighttime now.
Oh crap. Could you upload it again? I'm sorry.
Let's see. I can. See, like it's still gray, so it'll still be under the whatever the gray is.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of check would that be to look for?
Looking for a blacksmith. It's not too hard in this city. We just have to look for a plume
I'd
of
like to
smoke.
look for a gnomish blacksmith if I can find one.
When there. Okay, roll an investigation check.
18.
8. Very good, very good. Okay. Yeah, looking through. It takes you a little bit. Kind of, it's harder to distinguish gnome from Dawe because you approach what the wreath of smoke, but then when you have to get closer, then you can actually see who's running the shop. But as you approach, it's kind of a humbler shop. The buildings here, they're not like Maine where they were overly decorated. Everything is cold stone and dark. Dark wood roofs kind of thing. Some of the shops have dwarven runes carved into them, but this one is bare, and you can see a smelting forge out front and kind of the diminutive figure of a gnome working at the shop. As you can kind of see her ogling his work, he's like, "And how can I help you? Gimla Dooley at your service."
Gimli Duliet.
You can call me Gimme.
You know, my name is Grundi. They both got a good grr to it.
They do. So, what you in the market for?
So I be seeking out the good gnomish blacksmith. I know you're quite smart folk and good adventurers.
Hey, good with magic practitioner too.
I was thinking, I pull out my warhammer, put it down. I got a chain of returning to attach to this thing. You
Hey?
think you could think up, or maybe got something in the back, some sort of retractable winch for it, so I can pull it back faster in the heat of battle. Maybe with a little
Hey.
hand pull, you know? Perhaps make it a bonus action instead of an action.
To be honest, that sounds a bit more of a dwarvish idea, but I might have some tricks on my sleeve. Here, let me see it. Let me see it.
Hand it over to him.
Okay. He like looks at the chain. He's like, it's a magical chain with
See, the problem here is I can only bash one head every few seconds. I want to bash 2 heads. Not enough bashing of heads around.
Let's see. I think I have an idea. Alright, and when would you be needing this back, sir?
How fast can you do your work? I'm willing to pay A hefty price. Back fast. It's just a simple winch I need with a lever. A pulley handle,
I
if you
don't-
will. Something to put maybe on
That
my
seems. I could do something quick and dirty, but I wouldn't feel right proud of it. If you give me a bit more time, I could do a better enchantment on it. It'd be a bit more gnomish, not quite as dwarvish and clunky. Don't mind me saying, sir. But it might be a bit more efficient.
What can you put together, say, by this evening? You got any winches in the back?
This evening, I could probably get you a few throwing knives.
What? You're telling me a smart little gnome like yourself don't got a winch in there that I could just put on my back?
I do, but
I use winches for mining all the time.
You're wanting this fast, though. I mean, look, I could get. Okay, here I have it. Okay, I could get the family together. I could get Duffy, Callie, Ziggy, and Laird. We could all work non-stop on this enchantment. We could get it done by tomorrow morning. It would cost you.
Would it be an enchantment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's doing an enchantment, so you can attack normally.
Okay,
It'll take you a check to pull it back, but it doesn't take action economy.
Okay. What if I were to do like use it as a bonus action for pulling back instead of an action? Or is it already? I forgot.
I think that's what it is already, yeah.
Okay. I think. Could you do it? I don't have to leave my hammer here, do I? I could just give you the chain.
Yeah, you can do that.
Right. How much would it cost for you? Make it a family project.
Making it a family project with, let's see, Duffy, Callie, Ziggy, and Laird. No more than 1,700, I'd say.
What would the check be?
For what?
For the, like, if the enchantment's successful, what would the check be to pull it back?
Oh, it'll be an athletics. I think you have advantage on that, but it would be pretty low, like 14.
And it would I could do that once a turn? So
Basically, no, you can attack normal. It would be like 1, 2, 3.
Okay, but I do a check in between each time.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds fair. Let's see. Do you do financing?
Financing? What do you mean? Like notes of credit?
Right, I put down a down payment, then send you an amount of gold every month.
So like a note of credit?
Right, but with a down payment. Just to know I'm serious about it.
Duffy, could I get you out here for a second? an older gnome with kind of a Peter Pan-esque hat and like this really big lobed rounded ears comes out. He's like, "Oh, what you want?" Give him the dooley. Like, do we do anything like some financing? This lad here, he says that he wants us to enchant his chain, and if we do, we do a down payment, and then what did he say? He said a monthly billing. He wants to do
Trust me, my word's as good as gold. If it means anything, you can tell I'm a slayer. I take my work seriously.
Alright, Duffy kind of walks out and looks at you. He's like, and if you don't pay the entire price, then we'll keep the chain.
Fair to me.
Right. So we're gonna have to get your name on the note of credit. let me be right back. Here, sorry. He walks out, brings back a crinkly parchment, kind of hands it to you with like a shaking hand. Like, here, you just have to write it. You just have to write your name there at the bottom. Let's see. So the down payment of
I could do 1,000 gold.
Good. 1,000 gold, 100 gold a month. No. So I don't know how fast you want to pay this. It all depends on how fast you want it back.
Wait, I wouldn't get it till I paid it off completely? That's not how financing works.
Well, we could do. How about we? When do you need this back by? Right now. I mean, it would take us. The problem is, the more of us working on it, becomes a big family project, and it takes time away from other work. So it'll cost you more, but it'll take less time. If you instead don't need it back immediately, maybe only 2 of us could work on it for a cheaper price. Oh, well, I mean, Gimli could do that by himself, and it would only cost 1,000.
All right, well, then I'll make this easy. I'll give you 1,000 now.
Oh, nice, dude. This is really about. I got that up.
Sorry to bring you out in the pollen-filled air.
No, it's just artificing all these enchanting ingredients and I'm sorry.
All right, I kind of put down 1,000 gold.
Hey, still, I need your name on the contract just so that we know who to give it back to. Yeah.
Writing it in Dwarvish, okay?
That's fine. We've lived here long enough.
Not quite good in common. I write down in runic form. Grungne. Beard Peaker.
You did name yourself after Grundi.
No, I'm writing.
You did.
I didn't.
I've looked up your dwarven lore.
No, Grundy was named after Grungne, but I write it down in I'm writing down the sense that I don't know how to write. That's what I mean. Grungne Beard Peaker.
Gotcha.
But I was named after Grungne. Yes.
Grungne Beard Peaker. Hey. How we doing business with you, laddie?
I nod, don't really shake his hand.
Alright, well, goodbye.
Right. Good luck with you, gnome man.
Good luck with you, Slayer, but maybe not too much luck, if you know what I mean. Alright.
Alright, I leave and then go and get rope, candles, and I don't really need torches, do I? Just rope and candles. Rope, candles, and health potions.
How many health potions? And what size?
3 of normal size.
Okay, so total price will be 160.
Gold?
Yeah. Okay. Total expenses.
Okay, and then 200 feet of rope.
Yeah, I meant like 100.
Total. Okay.
Yeah, for everything you need.
Okay, so how much rope did I get, and how many candles?
Let's see. You're making me break up the book.
Estimate if you want.
My financier's book. Oh boy. It would have to be buried at the bottom. Alright, my book of minor financing. Got see. That would probably be the thief category. Oh, jeez. Wait, no. I have it here. I'm sorry. Let's see. Fletcher, leatherworker, general store. You got some candles. Candles are one copper a piece. Rope.
Candles, if possible.
Okay, get a dozen candles, so it's a silver. About rope. So 50 feet of hempen rope is is 7 silver pieces each.
Okay.
So how much rope did you want?
200 feet.
Okay, so that'll be like 3 gold and then a silver. 3 gold and silver, then 150. So 153 gold and 2 silver.
153. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I head off to the gate.
All right. So heading down to the gate once again through the narrow, kind of winding. It's a very the city has a very varying elevations to it. Kind of like the more residential areas are kind of in the low of the valley, and then the shops kind of raise up to the mountain, and then there's the main door of Casa Drake beyond it. So as you're winding your way south of the gate, you're kind of going at a downward, kind of snaking pattern through the streets. And eventually, you get to the tall, thick drum rail gates of Casa Drake. And there beyond, you see silhouettes of 2 familiar Dawi laden down with quarrels of bolts, rope, pickaxes, candles, and behind them, 3 of the most majestic creatures you've laid your eyes on since you've left home. Some of the great mountain goats of Casa Gorm.
Oh.
Grundi. So this will be your surprise I was talking about. Mate Frigga, you can rename her whatever you would like. But for this expedition, I thought we'd ride in style. You can see now a large mountain goat, about the size, bigger than a pony, and in front of it, just long, thick, curling ram's horns. Even on the females, but on the males, they have 2 pair of curling horns.
What colors are they?
There's a brown, a cream, and like a black and white speckle. Not like a cow, goat-like.
You're saying all 3 are for me?
No, Grundi.
Oh.
You only get 1. I'm sorry, laddie. I can't do everything for you.
Could I have the cream one?
Willie had his heart set on that one, but I'm sure he could.
Oh.
I'm sure I could
From
get
the
it.
lad. Whatever matches my beard best.
It'll be the brown, which is fine for me because I like the black.
Very good.
Now that you look at it, it's got hints of red.
Okay.
Yeah. It's already saddled with a finely crafted leather and steel saddle with kind of an outlining trim of dwarven runes of protection along the edge. Nice, sturdy bridle with the clan's colors, just kind of like a deep maroon. Yeah.
I'll have to find what to do with my donkey.
Eh,
You think you could have a lad run down and sell him for me?
To the butchers or to the stable?
As you like.
Hey, Willie, get rid of this here mule. And don't do it cheap like your old man. Do it smart like me. Come on. Alright, so he takes your mule. Like, so,
Sorry, buddy.
so, the lad comes back with kind of like a shocked expression on his face. He's like, so here's...
Did you lose him?
No, here's 10 gold.
10 gold? He's worth at least half its price.
Willie, I told you not to do it cheap like you're not. I'm sorry, Uncle. I'll try better next time.
The boy will learn. Very well. I'll pocket the 10 gold.
Willie, you'll give Grundi the loss out of your own account then. Out of your own account. Like, yes, Uncle. I'm sorry. So, you guys head out.
Yeah. Mount my new steed.
Mounting your steed. Once again, going south. Back onto
Where
the...
are we on this point? About on the map.
Is it right there?
Okay.
Actually, sorry, right there.
Okay.
Yeah. The city's pretty big and it kind of covers that vale a little bit. But anyway, so you go down through the White Pass, back onto the Thanes Road into the Direwood. And as you enter the Direwood again, you get that strange feeling once again, like you're being watched.
Can I make a perception check?
Yeah.
Probably a very good one. $17.
Looking through the wood, you see small groups of, of stags just kind of wandering through the woods. And one of them, the bull stag, is standing with like his head prostrate, just looking at you.
Without them. You can see I'm going. I followed your orders.
They'll kind of run away, like they're scared, kind of hopping over a spring.
I look over at Doyle. What? I'm not crazy.
Oh no. No, of course not. No.
Yeah.
Well, you keep your eye on that one. Okay. Yeah, so you keep heading east and eventually north. It starts getting darker. Like you're keeping towards where you can see mountain peaks to your left and the forest to your right. That's kind of where the boundary where the road stays. So you can still see the sky above the road. But it gets darker. You guys all spend the night. Willie taking care of the animals. Doyle off hunting. You all take turns doing watch.
I want to do the ceremonial gaining of respect ritual with my ram. I butt his head to show that I'm a ram.
Okay. Roll a strength. Do me proud.
Okay. I want to go at it again. 3 times.
Okay. The first time, crack. The rams, like the weird kind of vertical slit. Actually, no. Are rams vertical or horizontal? The weird slit eyes, just kind of looking at you strange, still kind of munching on some feed as you kind of pull back. You feel like the intense sound. You're like, ah. Okay, go again.
What a good ram. But I'm better! Oh.
This time, you're like, ah, crack! The ram's just gonna. The ram kind of like falls back and like falls over, like slowly tries to stand up. It's like very unsure footing.
Aha!
You see Doyle come back with kind of a rope around his neck with a bunch of different rabbits strung around it for supper. He's like,
I have like a bloody forehead.
it's like, what the hell are you doing?
Haven't you ever gained the respect of a ram before?
Because of dragons are strange folk. Hey.
I'll have a right migraine before that tomorrow.
Don't worry, I got some herbs. Maybe I can make a poultice for you. Hey, Willie! He kind of throws him the rabbits. Now here's the part of the adventure where I teach you how to skin a hare. Okay.
I sit down and watch.
Okay. The whole night, Willie's just kind of staring at you, curiously. It's like, you know, my uncle said that you killed a hill giant single-handedly. Is that true?
Not single-handedly. Though I could have. But I did get the final blow.
Could you tell me about it?
You know, I just rammed the ram. I'm not thinking
Doyle's-
quite straight.
Doyle's kind of laughing to himself. Oh! Don't worry, Grundy. I'll be with you in any second.
The only important part is I remember I climbed up him with my picks, smashed him right in the skull. I think.
Don't worry, laddie. I'll tell you the story. So, as I was on guard duty that day, so I was kind of standing on the wall, just looking over. None of the other manlings deemed it urgent enough to go help. And Grundy there, he ran out into the field of battle with solely. I forgot. Was it your hammer or did you have your two axes?
Had my axes back then.
Right. So he ran forward to the giant. The giant swinging his club low, but Grundy sliding even lower, burying his axe deep in the giant's kneecap. The giant toppled over, and with one deft blow, Grundy decapitated the giant, bathing his hammer in its blood. It was a proud day for us, Dawei, let me tell ya.
Felt like the fight took longer than that, but I'll take your word for it.
Maybe. I don't know. Frigga was there. We were both pretty drunk, now that I think of it. Alright. Now that's enough reminiscing for one day. We have a long journey tomorrow. Willie, get some sleep. Anyway, so you guys all pull watch. You wake up in the morning. And he's like, you can hear Doyle and Willie arguing. It's like, what do you mean you saw a pack walk in? You must be daft boy. I did, Uncle. I saw an entire pack. There was a big one. He had a big iron helmet with spikes on the back with dwarves' heads hanging from it.
Pack of what?
Peter lad no mind. He didn't see nothing. He's just scared. Probably saw those elk you were stalking earlier. Look now, Willie. Your Uncle Billslin, he's a good man, and I'm happy to take his money. But he's daft. There's probably nothing wrong with his mind. Alright, Uncle. I'll take care of the rams. So he heads off, hops on the saddle. You guys all start heading north again. Would you like to say something?
I'd like to go up to the boy as you're going. I realize your uncle won't listen to you, but what do you think you saw?
I'm telling you, out of the mist, I saw a pack of Uruks.
Urks.
Hey, Eric's.
Hey, you're supposed to spit when you say that.
Oh, right.
Hey, there's a good lad. Just spit in the other direction next time.
Right, sorry. Oh, like I was saying, one of them among them. He
Up
was
here.
like, I'm telling you, he was 15 foot tall. Carried a big spike on his back with heads.
15. Sounds more like a troll than an Urk to me.
I don't know, maybe you think it was a troll. A whole pack of trolls.
Never you mind. You keep your keen eyes out there. Good on
Aye.
ya.
I'll do it.
I pat him on the back and go back into formation.
Your ram swords kind of like clash. And, like, it's kind of awkward to get around him, but it's like, I will. Thank you, Grundi. Okay. So, you keep heading off until eventually you reach another clearing. As you reach the clearing, you notice. Actually, Doyle hops off his ram. Grundy, get off. Get off your ram.
I do.
Willie, stay back. Like, Eddie? Eddie, Uncle, if you say. Just keep track of the rams. Grundy. Listen. Do you hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Let's see. 24.
The tales you've heard of the Direwood are... The Direwood is always a dangerous place, full of wild men, strange shapes and shadows, people going missing, but it's never described as quiet. But as you're approaching a small grouping of tents and a small wooden structure, you can hear absolutely nothing in the surrounding woods.
It's a bit quiet for a forest. Not that I have quite the experience with forests.
Look! I don't want to get the lad excited, but I don't think he saw Urix up here. It's too far north. But maybe he saw something. Let's take it nice and quiet and take a closer look.
Agreed.
Alright. Who goes first? Me or you?
I'm not the quiet type. You are a ranger. I say you.
You want to flip for it?
No, I think you should go.
Alright, yeah, okay. So, slowly takes his crossbow off his back. Slowly starts creeping forward.
Okay, I
As you...
remove my hammer.
Okay, roll a stealth check, if you would so want to.
Okay. Seems alright.
You remain slow and steady and quiet and follow behind Doyle. But at a very inopportune moment, you just hear it. As you look down, you're stepping on a dry twig. Shh.
That's why you went first.
I said, shut up!
Oh, right.
Hey. So he starts coming into the camp. As you get further into the camp, the ground becomes clear of debris, like it's been inhabited. There's, it's just dirt. And around, there's a small grouping of tents, all kind of toppled slightly. Small speckles of red. Around them is a campfire that's kind of been with a cook stove that's been knocked over. Make an investigation check. Okay. Yeah, you just see like a general, like the area has kind of been disheveled. Footprints around on the ground, but
So it looks like someone was recently there, but not there now.
yeah, yeah, it looks like there was somebody there recently, and like there was some sort of a struggle.
Where can I say, Doyle?
Looks like you can see these footprints here, right? At this tent.
Aye.
They're leading into the mines.
The mine's
something
close.
He points. There's kind of a rise in elevation. There's a small wooden roof with pylons that hold it up, and below it is just a dark entrance that disappears into the hillside. That'd be it. But look, track 'em. The footprints go into the mine, and something from the forest goes in after.
What do you mean by something? Does it run on 4 legs or 2?
I can't tell. There's too many. As he starts, he's like, Willie, let the goats go free. They can defend themselves through the meantime. You come with us. Willie kind of draws out a small short sword and a small shield that he's been kind of carrying with him. He crouches down and starts going towards you. You hear him step on something, and it cracks and breaks, just like what you did. But when he looks down and picks it up, it's dark wood with a menacing, jagged, iron-barbed arrowhead on it. Uncle? Bring it to me, laddie. So as he starts running forward to his uncle, he shows him this arrowhead. I've never seen anything like it. Grundi, do you recognize this?
Do I? History? Or...
Yeah. With advantage.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll it twice because I have problems with taking advantage on and off. 14.
Okay. You don't recognize the tribe, but this is definitely an Uruk arrow.
This is how Uruk make.
Hey, look, Grundy, this isn't your business, so it wouldn't bother me if you head back now.
No.
But this is our work.
They are
We got to
Uruks
finish.
here. They die. They should not be this close to the homeland.
Alright. Let's go. So, how do you want to approach the mine? Like
The mine,
just,
like the.
so there's a long tunnel that disappears like horizontally into the mine first. How do you want to approach it, or like walk through it?
Walk through it or walk up to it? Because we're not in the mine yet, right?
Right. Doyle is walking into the mine, and Willie's waiting for you.
At this point, I'm just gonna follow Doyle and do as he does.
Okay. So, as you start walking into the mine, you can hear the sound shift from walking on hard dirt to walking on loose gravel, and then on hard metal. And as you look down, you can see the long minecart track that disappears into the mine.
I don't want to light anything at this point. I want to keep
Okay.
keep it to my dark vision.
Okay, so you can see about 40 feet ahead of you.
Are there any lanterns or anything along the way?
There are a few. One that is lit has been thrown off to the side. Its glass casing is broken. The little latch to it is open, and there's kind of a small kerosene light that's still flickering.
I want to inspect
weekly.
How much kerosene's left?
Okay. Make an intelligence check.
Intelligence?
Yeah, just like you can tell.
Is it
You'll be
not
able
like
to tell how much. You'll be able to tell how much kerosene's in it, but like just so you can tell how many days. Yeah. Okay. So it's low light. Like the wick is barely still lit. Wick for kerosene? I don't know. The light is very low, and you can kind of guess based on your time you spent in mines that this has been left here for about 2 days.
When's the last time the boys worked on the mine here?
I'm not sure. Cousin Bill's and he said that they were reporting this strange noises about. I mean, he first sent me the letter about a month ago, so. But
Yeah,
he didn't.
This lantern fall for 2 days.
So they must have been here recently.
Or someone.
Aye.
Really don't.
Or something. Right. Leading forward, the deep trek into the mountain cuts off, and instead there's just a vertical drop. You can't see the bottom of it with the range of your dark vision.
I'm gonna kick a pebble off.
Okay.
And time it.
So
Sounds like
it takes.
Slow. Does it?
Well, you like if you kicked it like at an angle, it would be like.
Oh, I more like dropped it off the side. Like.
Yeah. Okay. No.
I can keep it.
It's about. You can guess it's like a 5-second drop.
Can I do the dwarf math?
The dwarf map. Yeah. It's about.
I can do intelligence check or something.
I might have to do an intelligence check for 5 seconds of free fall. We'll say 70 feet.
Okay. Right. Seems I got enough rope if we want to go down. There's also the track we can climb down like a ladder.
Okay. I don't really trust any structural integrity in here anymore. If you don't mind, I'd rather take a rope.
The rope it is then. Take out the rope. Do a hardy dwarven knot on one of the railings or something
Okay.
sturdy.
Doyle checks it, kind of nods with approval. He grabs it and like puts it around himself, kind of like holding both sides for like a medieval version of a rappel.
And I go.
And starts going
I
down.
wrap it around Willie for him too.
Wait for until I get to the bottom.
Alright. So Doyle goes first. I go second. I guess. No, I'll go last.
Okay. You wait for what seems like forever, but in actuality it was probably only about a minute and a half until you see the slack of the rope shake. You know, like when you grab the bottom of a rope and shake it, like it's the top.
I start down.
Okay. Just for funsies, make an athletic check.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be anything special, but yeah, you're good. Sliding down with silent speed, yet controlled. You make it to the bottom, kind of crunching on some gravel below you. Like, when you get down, oh crap! Sorry, did I disappear?
Yeah.
I accidentally clicked a bookmark, which is always fun.
You should not lose audio.
You know, just trying to lose all the suspense I've been trying to build. Okay, so the mine shaft. If it'll load. The mine shaft splits when you get to the bottom. There's kind of a corridor, and it splits off into 3 different directions. Two of them are of equal size, pretty wide for a mine shaft, and then they both have the minecart tracks running down. But there's a thinner one that kind of trails off to the right. So
I want
we have
to cut the rope off within reaching distance and wrap the rest and keep it on me.
Doyle nods. He's like, "That's smart."
And then, so there's two. There's a fork and one's looks like a thinner path. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So there's three. Two of them are of equal size and both have mine tracks running down them, and there's a third that's thinner, um, just wide enough for like a dwarf to walk shoulder to shoulder with the walls.
All right. So I be thinking that if Little Willie here really saw what he saw, and these creatures are really as big as he says one of those 15 feet tall, they definitely couldn't fit down that small little track.
Hey.
But I'm up
So
to
I
your
vote.
discretion.
I know this might sound a bit crude, but can you smell for?
Can I what?
Could you smell for orc filth? I know you spent more time with them than I have.
Alright, I do.
Okay, make a survival.
Survival. Oh, I'm not good at survival. Okay, I have. There we go. Okay. 14.
Yeah, so you can smell just heavy, just the awful stench of both orc and decaying, just a general smell of decay coming from um, the top. I mean the first of the large tunnels, but also they all go the same way more or less. Like there's they kind of split off vaguely, but they all kind of go the same direction. Um, Listen, okay, so I've been thinking maybe like you were saying, the orcs couldn't go through the bigger track, but maybe there's some bigger openings down the way where these tracks intersect again. Maybe if we go down the small one, we could be more sneaky. Or if I don't know, it's just conjecture at this point.
I think now would be the time to flip a coin.
A three-sided coin. You're right. Let's do it.
Well, let's say either the left way or the center way. The right way doesn't strike me as anything special.
But describe them in size for me. Like,
Huh? I got the one that the large one that smells of orcs, and then the small one.
okay. Alright. I vote for the small one. I'll do tails.
I want the tails.
Oh, fine. You do tails, I'll do heads. I don't care.
Right.
Willie's like, I want the tails too. Shut up, Willie.
I flip it up in the air, but catch it, so it doesn't hit the ground, obviously. And it gets a 2. Let's say 1 is heads and 2. Is that okay? It's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you, man. I'm doing this out for your enjoyment.
Okay. Yeah, 2's tails. It's tails.
Okay. Alright. Let's go down this small track.
Is it like an uncomfortable fit, or can I?
No, I mean dwarves walk down it. It's a dwarven made hole, so,
Okay.
but it's not. It's more like a. It's a newer track. You get the sense of the bigger ones, like from your sense of mining. The bigger ones have probably already been cleaned out to a better extent, and they just were trying to get a new track
Okay.
going.
All right.
So it's the beginnings.
Doyle.
Okay.
Doyle first, and then I'll be last to keep the lad in between.
Okay. You keep going. The tunnel, raises in elevation, lowers in elevation, kind of snakes left and right, until finally you can see a dull, flickering orange light from far ahead of you. My nan always said there'd be a light at the end of the tunnel, but I'm not sure how glad I am to see this one.
I think you're talking about death. I mean, that'll work for me, but I'm not gonna like going around with you dying.
Right.
Right.
Quietly now. Okay. So as you are approaching, you can hear
Ooh.
you can start to hear these sounds growing and echoing through the tunnels ahead of you. Doyle starts to slow down, get down on his hands and knees, and starts crawling. Finally, you enter into a larger space, and as you get a better look at it, there's some dwarven mining equipment thrown up on the side. Some just more signs of struggle, like the gravel is tossed, and you can see bare dirt underneath some of it, and blood on the walls. Also, in the center of the room, you can see a large spinning dial of wood where the track meets at an intersection between different tracks of mining equipment. So, get a train depot where it goes to the track, and then if you want to change directions, it'll spin. There's one of those. No creatures in this room in particular, but you can hear them very close to that room.
I want to taste the blood.
Okay. Make a nature check.
I got it. See, I could see if this is dwarf blood or something else. If it's urk blood, it'll taste like piss. If it's dwarf blood, it'll have a higher concentration of iron.
That's the latter one.
Dwarf. Doesn't bode well.
But I don't know. These were miners, not trained warriors. It might be okay in a scuffle.
Okay. Is there any no bodies or anything?
Not in this particular room. There's also the disturbance in the gravel leads back down the larger corridor from where you came. I mean, so there was the one that smelled really bad like orcs. There was the one that didn't smell like anything, and the small one. There's kind of the sign of a body being dragged through the gravel down the middle one, and then cuts across to the one that smells really gross.
Doyle, take a look at that. I'll check the equipment.
Okay, so I'm going to do. No. Okay, so you can see It's not that. I can't scroll all the way over. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You and your you and your fog of war.
So,
Okay. Oh, look at our little icons.
yeah. So it's Doyle, the red one, and Willie's the green.
Okay. I'd like to go and look over at the mining equipment, see if there's anything worth taking with us.
Okay, so the mining equipment's like right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So kind of taking your pick, like digging it into one of the barrels, so you lift it back, and it's full of the black, really light dust that you recognize it as blasting powder. It's like a barrel of it. Next to there's a wheelbarrow full of picks and shovels. There's another small box full of just nails, large spikes to continue building the railway.
Anything that stands out?
A really old dwarven lunchbox.
Okay. I just want to see if there's any non-standardized equipment.
No.
Alright.
I mean, you notice that one of the picks is a silver pick for mining like gems and stuff, so they don't crack like with a softer metal. Okay, so Grundi. I mean,
I'll take the silver pick.
Okay. So write down silver pick, and it weighs 5 pounds.
Oh, doing weight now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, and I follow Doyle to what he's looking at.
Okay. As you start walking towards him, he holds out his hand to stop. He kind of motions for you to look around the right side.
Okay, I do.
Okay. You can see in flickering candlelight just the silhouette of a small, hunched-over, dark gray, green-skinned creature with kind of a armor, you could say, made of just like scraps of metal that have just kind of been thrashed together with strips of leather and even like a rib cage running down the back. You recognize this to be an Uruk scout. So this guy right here. He's currently he's currently hunched over a body, kind of like tossing through his belongings, like looking. You see him like pick out some like a round object with a hinge, and like that doesn't look nice. Kind of like throws it back over his shoulder, like you can hear that small amount of glass shatter against the stone wall. Ah, you dwarven filth! Get something shiny for me. He keeps like picking through his body. And then
okay. Go ahead.
You hear footsteps like padding down the aisle. And you see another silhouette of a creature kind of like grab the first orc and throw him off. He's like, I claim this one. This is my orc. This is my dwarf filth. Find your own. He kind of like starts picking through his stuff even more furiously. The first one kind of like pulls out a dagger to jump at the second one. The second one just punches him in the face. I said get your own filth.
Does Doyle notice all this?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been kind of like leaning around the corner. It's like, he kind of like motions that he has his crossbow ready. It's
Wait.
like,
Let's see if they can cut their own numbers down to one first. And I wait to see if there any actual fight pursues.
No. You wait there for a couple minutes, and like the first one kind of like hunches down lower, um, looks curiously for a few seconds, and then starts like disappearing down the hallway.
Let's see. Do you know Orcish Doyle?
Sorry, laddie, no. I spend most of my time with beasts out in the open.
I guess we'll take the more dwarvish approach then.
Aye.
And I start stealthing up this way.
Okay. You look back. Willie is kind of nervously looking around, clearly frightened by the appearance of a dead dwarf. Doyle standing with his crossbow trained on the back of the second orc you've seen.
Watch our backs, Willie.
Will do.
Alright. Can I roll stealth?
Yeah.
13.
Okay, let me roll a... Okay.
I want to get... They're both facing the other way, right? How far are they from one another?
You can't really see this guy anymore, so you're unsure. But this guy's about 15 feet from you.
I want to get it as close as I comfortably can.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me how close that is.
Right behind him.
Okay, so just like immediately, like 5 feet behind him.
No,
okay.
Like right behind him. Like I want to slit his throat behind him.
So, he keeps looking towards the ground, but then you hear the growl shuffle like underneath your foot. He's like, "I thought I told you to find your own filth." And he turns around and looks at you, but you're like 2 feet from him, holding your weapon.
Okay. No, just go for it.
I mean, it's still.
I want to go for knocking him out if I can with the hammer, like that, if possible.
Okay. Roll a standard attack. Yeah. Okay, so Doyle, you can hear him kind of like, like right about to shoot, but before you do, you just take your hammer, like take the pommel, like just like knock the orc right in the forehead. As he starts falling forward towards you, kind of like with his arms outstretched, you manage to grab underneath the hooks of his arms and like pull him quietly back into the corridor you came, leaving a small trail in the gravel, but as you sit for a second and listen, like, you don't think you've attracted much more attention.
Okay, and I slit his throat with a pick.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough.
Easier to kill this way.
Just like the thick black blood just drains out. Like you can just smell that repugnant just odor once again that you remember from way back when.
See what I mean? It smells like piss.
I never doubted you for a second.
Right. Can you see the other one?
No, you went down the wrong tunnel.
What can I see down this way now? Since I've looked that way.
Roll a perception with disadvantage, I think. Because you were kind of like sneaking up towards him and probably training your eyes mostly on him. When you turned around, you just hit him.
I'll go right there then.
Okay. Yeah, so looking to your left, you can see this orc now about 20 feet down the hall, picking over another dwarf corpse. Now that you get closer to him, you can see the individual's beards have been cut off, almost like a scalp fashion. Not just shaved, but like the skin has been removed too.
What about for the next 40 feet? Does it just keep going, or does it end?
It comes to a stream with a bridge. You can see just these two orcs just kind of wandering around carelessly on patrol.
Okay, was this the stinky tunnel right here?
Yeah.
So the other orc has disappeared down the stinky tunnel?
He's about 20 feet down that way. You can still see him, but his back is currently turned towards you.
Okay. I'm gonna go towards him too, stealth.
Okay, cool. So make your roll.
18.
Okay. Actually, I can actually roll orc perception now. Just +0, so it's kind of doing it anyway.
And I want to
Yeah,
attempt the
this
same kind of dealio if possible.
Okay. Yeah, this one seems more paranoid than the last one, kind of like fidgeting around. But as he comes across another dwarf corpse, his attention is just zoned. You sneak up behind him with your hammer. This one doesn't even turn around. You just roll for an attack. Yeah. This one you just hit in the back, like right where the brainstem meets the bottom of the skull. You just hit him, and blood just shoots out onto your face. And you're like, ah, shit! I forgot I had a spiked pommel at the end of this. He just collapses just on top of the dwarf and just spurting out black blood.
Sorry, doy. I want to quickly loot their bodies, see if there's anything useful on it.
The orc and the dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
The orc just has like a poor excuse for a knife. It's just a scrap piece of iron that's kind of had a rag wrapped around it. Also a really crudely crafted javelin.
I'll pick up
He
the
does.
javelin.
He does have a small bag of. He has a small dwarven bag, and it has kind of a light clinking as you hold it. It doesn't. It feels lighter than coins. Anyway, so he has a small pouch.
Okay.
How
much is in the pouch?
And that it's about 5 small emeralds.
Okay. And then the dwarf?
The dwarf, all of their items, like their picks and stuff, looks like they have been taken somewhere else. And it looked like the small bag of gems was kind of the last personal item that the orc was taking off him.
Okay. I head back quietly and then quickly do the same thing to the dwarf and the orc.
Okay. Same thing. Like this orc has, a haunch of some sort of meat. You don't want to guess to think of what it used to be. This one instead has a large, kind of knotted club, like a war club.
Is it of good make?
You've you come to expect that nothing orcs really have usually is super great.
Oh,
like
it's, it's an orc club. Okay. I thought.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The dwarf has a small dagger like on the back of him, and a thin leather belt.
Okay.
No way to really tell if it's
leave it be. And then I motioned for Doyle to go around to this side.
Okay.
And with my sneakiest of sneakies, I go up. Are they all facing in the directions they are?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to continue forward as far as I think is intelligent, stealthily.
Okay.
Can I see beyond this point at all? Okay.
Okay. As you get there, roll a perception check real quick.
Nice.
You're rolling so well today. Okay. You hear the trickle of the shallow stream ahead of you, but then you hear
I back around this corner and hide in this little cove.
Okay.
If that's
As
something I can hide in.
yeah. Actually, let me try to get the layers. Layer. Why can't I grab that up? That's weird. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you hear these large padding or padded footprints as they're just like, and you recognize a ogre-like creature walking down, following the river stream. He too is clad in just a jumbled mess of iron plates and just thrown over with large furs stained with blood. And he has a large steel helmet with kind of a blunt surface, like ramming element. Almost like he's a living siege weapon. He just walks up to one of the orcs, grabs him, like, no! Like, bites into him, like, bites him in half, throws his legs towards you as, like, the bloody mess just kind of scatters past you down this tunnel. The other orcs just kind of, like, scurry away and don't make an effort to fight him. He just keeps walking, like, starts going down this way.
Are they all out of sight? Or are they still in sight?
You mean, can they see you? Or...
I mean, are all the orcs scurrying away out of sight, or are they still like the ones down here and then this one?
Yeah, they're looking where they're looking.
Okay, so they haven't moved yet?
The orcs haven't, no.
Okay.
They all seem to be kind of in a roll a insight check. Yeah, so generally, orcs go through their sacking of an area, and then generally they kind of have, like, after they killed everything, they like to sit on their spoils and kind of gather all of the treasure together and eat whatever they can before they move off. Like, orcs are generally pretty lazy, so if there's food and shelter in an area, they like to stay there until it's all gone. So they're kind of in the post. They're in the later stages of this mine takeover.
Okay, I want to wait until the troll has gotten like past these orcs here.
Okay.
And then I want to go around and stealth up to this one, and let's see. Just as I'm about here, just as I'm about to go over the ridge, I want to motion for Doyle to fire his crossbow at this one.
Okay. Roll stealth with disadvantage because you're walking through water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grundi
okay.
the rogue.
I know, right? What's going on? Okay. I'm gonna say Doyle can't see your sign, but Willie can, and Willie just goes and tells Grundy. I mean, Doyle, what you're trying to say.
He can't see my sign when I'm.
Willie.
I'm like right here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm waiting until I'm in sight to him.
Okay, yeah.
Fire.
Just maybe tapping. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He kind of nods in agreement.
Okay, and then I start going up to this guy, hoping that he'll fire before this guy down here sees me.
Okay. Joel kind of like looks at you, looks, waits uncomfortably too long, and then goes.
And just as I hear the fire, I hit the orc, trying to knock him out with the guy with the bow.
Okay, let's see. Yikes. So the coral buries itself like in the side of the ribcage, dealing a pretty severe wound to the orc, but it's still alive as it just goes down on one knee. It's like, it's attacking us!
I want to throw a javelin at him.
Okay. You can still attack the orc, like the guy in front of you. If you
Yeah,
wanted.
I did. It's 15 to hit.
Okay. Oh yeah. So with that, you swing your hammer. It just bears down, hits the orc. Like as he looks towards the other one who was just shot by the coral, his face is facing directly towards the head of your hammer as it just hits him right in the nose and just pins his head to like in between the hammer and the side of the wall. It's like you just see like a just massive brains on the walls, like a squirming corpse is like fighting against. As you like kind of wedge your hammer out of the stone, he collapses.
And then if I have time, I'll take out one of my javelins and throw it at the other orc.
Okay, you'll have to move back a little bit. There's like a big stone column in your way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
At that point, this guy's gonna turn around.
Can I hide behind the column? Yeah,
but just know that the ogre is going to be walking towards like that direction really soon.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to skinny my form.
Also, this orc is aware of your presence.
I'm throwing a javelin. Can I roll for a javelin attack?
Okay. I'm gonna say roll for initiative right now.
Okay. Do you have to bring the little thing up?
Oh, just tell me. I'll keep track. Okay.
12.
Okay.
Do you get the first attack like Matt Mercer?
I've been giving you all this free stuff.
It's stealth.
I know. I'll say that your surprise round was like taking out like these guys over here. Okay. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. This orc kind of downed on one knee. He's gonna look towards the ogre. He's like, "Borg, behind the pillars!" You can't see what the ogre's. Okay. He's gonna swing with like a gnarled, poor excuse for a scimitar. 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So, as he swings past you, he manages to just to graze your forearm and like slash fairly deep. You can just feel the throbbing pain as he pulls his arm back for another attack. It's your turn. Yeah.
I'd like to do a rage.
Actually, this orc is gonna shoot his bow at you, since you're the only line of sight. That's 6 misses, I'm assuming. Yes. So he's gonna draw back his bow. You hear like the as it flies past your head, and like the splatter as it hits into the river behind you.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, and do a rage, and then throw my javelin at the orc on the ground.
Okay. I think you'll have disadvantage at throwing because he's 5 feet from you. You'll probably just hit him with your hammer.
Okay. How many attacks can I do? 2?
If you're frenzied raging, then you can attack with a bonus action. But if you're not, then you have 2. Yeah.
Oh, I'm frenzied raging.
Okay. Good enough. So you just hunch over and give into your primal fury. Like,
Okay,
with
I'm going
that
to.
fighting pain.
It's less cool, but it's more efficient. I'm gonna hit him with the Ember Warhammer.
Okay.
Dead.
Yeah, as he slashes you, he kind of buckles down at the twinge of pain from the crossbow bolt just soon enough for you to swing your hammer just over his head and like buries itself into the stone pillar beside you. You're like, oh crap!
Pull it out, and then I'm
Okay.
going to rush towards the troll. And this might take like a dexterity move. And I'm gonna try sliding under him, taking the Warhammer, and just bashing him in the nuts as I go under.
Okay, yeah. Make a acrobatics check. Okay, awesome. So you kind of
Yes!
like as you miss, you're like Dole can take care of him, and then you just run forward at your diminutive size. You just slide through, uncomfortably bumping your butt like on the cross rail of the minecart track. You're like, but as you do, make your natural 20. Yeah. Oh, and you have your awesome brutal critical. So roll another d10.
That's right.
Awesome. Okay, so as you slide, you just take your Embered Warhammer, igniting it like mid-slide, and you go BAM! Just right into his jam jars. He kind of buckles over in agony. He's like,
Go Doyle now!
So you make it to the other side. I think you still have a bonus action attack.
Okay, I'm just gonna swing right back up, stand up, and another right in his little butt.
Awesome, yeah. That's gonna miss. Okay, so let me actually write down hit points. That'll be a good idea. Dang, dude, you did. Let's see. You did 20, 21, 30, 37. You did 40 points of damage with one hit. Okay.
Below the belt.
Okay, and then second one misses. Yeah. Okay, so as you parry, the massive, just angry ogre form swings back and kind of like hits you to the side, staggering you slightly, making you miss your attack. With that, it's Doyle's turn. He's gonna hunch over, start to kind of rewind his crossbow with his windlass. He's like, throw it over on a swivel. He's gonna attack the orc again. Let's see. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Okay. As the orc, which just has like the the first quarrel stuck in his back, kind of like a flag on a hill. He starts running towards you with the scimitar with just like this angry, gnarled look, and right as he about gets to you, just see this crossbow bolt go straight between his eyes, or through the back of the head and out the front. It's like, he just still has like this angry look on his face for about 2 seconds before he topples to the ground. Willie is like, "This one's for you, Ma!" He's gonna take out his short sword and start sprinting as fast as the legs can take him. It's only about that far. Okay, now, let's see, so we did yours. Okay, it's the ogre's turn now. So the ogre is gonna spin as slowly as he can, kind of like banging his head into the cavern wall. He's gonna make... He messed up his chance to do his cool charging attack, which is good. Let's see. So he's gonna attempt to hit you twice with his great club.
First hits.
Okay. So he kind of comes bearing down on you with just this large log, which is kind of has metal bands just strapped around it with sharp pieces of, just shards of iron. He just brings it down, smacks you up. So I think you take half damage because you're raging. The second one, he swings again. You duck just in time as he buries it into the other side of the stone wall with just debris falling. Okay, this orc, he's going to turn around, hearing all the commotion, attempt to do what orcs do. Let's see. So yeah, so he just takes out just this nasty curled dagger, 2 daggers, and just kind of stab you in the chest twice. The first one kind of stabs you in the side, and you punch him, and then the next one just grazes your shoulder. So you take 4 damage from that, and then this guy is going to shoot at. This guy's going to shoot or attempt to hit Willie. This first one. Yeah, so Doyle's like as Willie's charging, Doyle's gonna be like, "What are you doing, you crazy boy?" So he's gonna run out, kind of shoot a coral past the orc's head, which distracts him for a second as he shoots his arrow, just clings off the stone wall, missing entirely. As you get past that direction, you can hear an angry voice bellowing from inside the cavern. He's gonna start walking out. Okay. Now it's your turn.
I'm going to. Let's see. I'm going to reach into my pocket, take out, ignite, and drop a gunpowder bomb, and then with as much dexterity as I can, probably taking the attack of opportunity, just getting out of the way and running this way.
Okay, yeah. So the ogre will take another swing, and then the orc.
Okay, the ogre hits.
Yeah, so kind of by accident almost, as the ogre's just prying his giant tree-like club out of the wall. As you're running past him, he yanks it. He's like, and kind of hits you on the back, kind of temporarily propelling you forward as you continue running. So you take 4 points of damage. The orc just missing entirely as rubble kind of gets in his eyes from
down, and there's a gunpowder bomb.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Holy shit!
What?
And the radius in that.
So it's an automatic hit, so it's a dex saving throw for them.
I assume it's gonna hit all 3 of them. I dropped it right there.
Yeah, so let's do a saving throw. Dex. Fail, and sorry. Fail. Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
And then
So that
I want to run around the corner, wait for it to blast, and then kind of reveal myself on the side.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're running, just kind of like your back bloody from the blow, you see the orc look down. He's like, "What are you doing, Gob? Get after him!" Look down on the ground. Oh, crap. Just like throwing his body about 15 feet back into the tunnel before he can just vaguely hear like a noise for this last breath. The ogre, who's already just bleeding profusely just from his open gaping wound, like in between his legs, now just blown and blasted with shrapnel wounds and fire damage on the front of him. Awesome. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, so like cover my ears, close my eyes, pull myself around the corner. I'm over here, you daft fucker! And then throw it down at the troll. Or ogre, excuse me.
Awesome.
So I don't. What's the javelin?
It'll be a d20 plus your dexterity bonus, and I don't know if you're proficient with it or not.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That misses probably.
Yeah, this guy has a kind of high AC.
Okay. Well, just getting his attention.
Yeah, so it's hard to see him because of just the huge cloud of smoke that's generated by the explosion, but you throw it and you hear it like a clang and the metal spark off the stone. Awesome. So Willie's gonna charge forward, roll some attack. He's like, "For the clan!"
Oh wait, I can attack with a bonus action too, huh?
Oh yeah. Wait, you did your bomb and then the javelin. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just go for it then. Another one. 14.
That's a miss. So as
dazed by the
yeah.
bomb.
Well, you hit him, but he just has all these plates of iron on him, and it hits and just kind of glazes off. You can see the faintly heated metal from your embered warhammer. He's definitely quite aware of your presence now. Okay, so Willie charges forward. The orc just kind of steps to the side, like he flies right past him with his momentum. Doyle taking his shot. So that's it. Let's see. Nice. So Willie just misses entirely as the orc sidesteps, but he just sidesteps right into Doyle's crossbow bolt as it just buries itself in his head. He falls on the ground. Willie just kind of like turns around, looks confused because the orc's dead. But he's like, I thought I maced. So he's gonna turn around here, run. Doyle's gonna kind of try to run forward while reloading his crossbow. Okay, so Ogre with his last, he's just completely bloodied at this point, looking really rough. He's gonna turn around, doing his bloodied action. So he's gonna take 3 attacks at you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So he's just bearing down on you, angry, both with his club and his bare fist, with kind of like a really jagged, metallic, almost like brass knuckles type construction. He just hits you while kind of tossing you up against, or kind of on the ground for a split second, and just bears down on you with his fist. But you can kind of scoot back before he just comes with like an attack that you're sure would have finished you. As it just hits the ground, completely missing you. Oh yeah, Grundi. Okay,
He actually cracked my back in place.
Yeah, so you took, let's see, it's 24 halved, 12, yeah. Okay. And the orc chief is gonna run up to you. This one you can see, not 15 feet tall, but still a good 7 feet tall, which is really big for an orc. Bearing down on you with much better constructed steel metal, just stained red with what you assume to be blood and rust, with a gnarled great sword in one hand and a full shield in the other, kind of running towards you. As you bring up your hammer, clashing with his sword, he kind of gets up nice and close to you. He's like, "Do talk Iron Tusk doesn't take any prisoners."
That's a shite name.
He has one tooth that's definitely bigger than the other one, but just like a big iron tusk in it. He's like, "Ah!" He's gonna make an attack on you. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I'll miss. All right. You're just kind of doing like the sidewalk shuffle on the ground. You're like scooting back. You're like, ah! He's like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. You managed to stand up for your turn now, facing him. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to finish off that troll.
Okay.
Hopefully that does it.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you want to do this for the troll? He's kind of like staggering and looking confused. He's like, with his big iron helmet.
I want to run up to him again, do another undernetter attack, and as he falls down on the ground, I want to like just jump up and jab the shaft of the warhammer in his skull.
Ah, dude. Okay.
Pinning him to the
ground.
So
you just kind of take the hammer, you like heft it, like boom, like you're golfing, just like right to his jam jars. He buckles over to the ground, just taking your giant iron spike at the back of your warhammer, just straight through the back of his brain. You hear a sickening like sound as you pull it out, just like with blood and brains like pouring out the back of his crushed head.
I twist it for good measure, bare my teeth up the orc, pull it out, and swing right at him.
Awesome. Okay, make a third attack. That just hits.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh, it just hit.
Yeah, so bam! Burying your hammer into the side of his shield and breaking one of the planks as it just burns the inside arm and kind of shoving him up against the stone wall with the force of the attack. He kind of gnarls down at you with like almost a look of respect. Well, it's only an orc could give you. It's like, okay, so that's his turn. Willie's gonna run around here, like, ah!
That's the spirit, Willie.
He's like taking his sword with both hands. Oh shoot!
Really?
Yeah, boy. Let's see. Wait, that's not right. Nice. So, as he's distracted by your jump, you can see the shorter dwarf than you run and just jump. He's like, ah! Just like burying his short sword straight through the back, like almost through his neck, but just like right here on his shoulder, and the sword point just like extruding through, like underneath his clavicle. The orc kind of turns and throws Willie off, but there's just this gaping, bleeding wound remaining. Doyle's gonna like aim his crossbow towards you guys. Realize he can't get a clean shot. He's like, ah, shit. And then just try to run around for a better angle. Okay, orc's turn. Orc boys. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So 24, 13, and 11.
Against me?
Yeah.
A 24?
Yeah, it's plus 10.
Okay, the first one hits.
Okay. So that's gonna do. Actually, let me look at the stats. Chief. Glad they didn't make that complicated. So he does a D12 and a D8 plus 4. So you take 12, 6. You take 6 points. This is gnarled sword just manages to slice across your arm and chest, leaving you the what could be a pretty good scar. And that's about it.
Admiringly.
Yeah, as he looks back, he's just like, Okay. Okay, so it's your turn, but Doyle's gonna shut something out real quick. He's like, "Was this one alive? We need to get some information."
Is he looking? It's not looking weathered, is he?
No.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. As he screams at me, I'm gonna look back at her and go. Swing 3 times the third one.
Okay. Miss hit. So dealing.
Oh, I get the plus 10, right? Is it 10?
Hmm?
I get the extra bonus damage for frenzied rage, or for. There's something that I would always say.
It's 3. It's plus 3 for each attack that hit.
Okay. So it'd be plus 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So you do 25 damage. It's a pretty good one for a hit. So as he's kind of distracted by chanting for himself and throwing Willie off, you kind of like heft your hammer, like, well, it worked on the ogre, and just like hit him like right in the balls. He's like, go! Okay. So Willie's gonna try again. Plus 5. Oh my gosh, Willie, you're doing awesome. Okay. Like, wait, do I keep clicking the D20 one? Yeah. It's the. I put all this work in to try to make it streamlined. So like, okay. Dang.
Better than me.
No, he did 19 plus 7, so 26.
I know, I
Yeah,
got 25, didn't I?
Oh shoot, yeah.
Better than you.
He's like, ah! Like once again he charges forward, stabbing this time at the unarmored leg area and kind of like burying his short sword. It goes in one side, but it almost isn't long enough to come out the other side of this guy's calf, dealing 26 damage. Awesome. Okay. Okay. It's Doyle's turn. Doyle's gonna take a shot. Miss. This time, the orc looks over, and he kind of has this. He has a gnarled, like iron, fitted cage, almost as a helmet, as if it was almost made on his head. Anyway, like they took the heated metal and like put it on his head and beat it with hammers to make it fit over his head. So as Doyle shoots it, it just ricochets off the steel and into the stone wall. Okay, so I think it's your turn again. Right.
Alright, I want to grab my bottle of white flame rum and smash it in his face. Like if there's an opening in his helmet, I smash it like directly.
Well, it's a cage. It's just bars.
I want to smash
It's not covering his. Actually, it's not covering his face necessarily. It's just like a weird. It's covering the rest of his head, just not his face.
I want to smash it directly in his face.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Roll a dex check. Because it's actually, I don't know what the rules are on improvised melee.
I would say
Just do a strength. No proficiency.
a strength.
Yeah, do a strength check. Nice, yeah.
Okay.
The bottle just shatters in his face, getting shards of glass like in his eyes and mixing with the alcohol. That's
Can that be my
nasty.
bonus action attack?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, and then I want to take my embered warhammer, and smash it in his face.
Okay, let's see if you
Hopefully
hit.
catching fire.
Well, you do hit him on the second one, which is good. So this one, you don't even just hit him. You just take the hammer. You're like, like branding the side of an animal, and just brand him in the face with it. It's like roll an extra.
Is it a white flame? Because it's
Yeah.
white flame red.
Let's see. I have an improvised damage chart that I want to get more familiar with, so let's figure that out. Improvised damage. Burned by coals. It's probably the same as burned by coals. So roll an extra d10.
Damn it!
It looks cool though. His head is just wreathed. It's kind of like when you first ignite it, it's a brief blue flash that turns into a white flame slowly and then it dies off into the red glow.
Dies off. Oh damn it!
It's still burning, but it's just a white flash. It's not it's not a huge. It's not going to stay white because the heat levels change.
Roast him alive in his helmet.
Yeah, his face now like kind of swelling up and get blistery like a hot dog.
Yes. Would that blind him at all?
Roll a. Sure. I'll say he has. Roll just a, I don't know, a strength check for whatever reason, just for numbers.
Oh, would I have had advantage on that?
For what?
For the warhammer attack. And if not, can I retcon it? I meant to move there, but. It's up to you.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Maybe one more attack with the warhammer to see if I would have hit, I guess.
Yeah, do that.
No, okay.
Yeah, that still misses.
Okay, and
This one as you swing, like you break through the rest of his remaining shield. So he just has like an iron gauntleted hand and this sword.
what do I do for the blinding? Might be something he would roll.
Yeah, I'll give him. I'll give him. I'll say he has to beat like a 14. Let's see, for a Constitution saving throw. So yeah, no, yeah. So I'll say he's temporarily blinded for a round.
Okay.
Sick.
Or forever. Okay. And then let's. I don't know whose turn it is.
Oh,
I think.
no, he went right before. That's probably. I think it's the worst. Okay, so he's going to 1, 2, 3. So 24, 19, and 25.
They all hit.
Okay. Oh shoot! But he has disadvantage.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. He still doesn't roll lower than a 9, so I think all 3 hit.
Okay.
I mean, he didn't roll lower than a 19. Okay. Okay. He's so. How much damage is that? Oh yeah, it's really weird. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then plus 12. So you take 9 plus 12, 21, 29, 30, 37, 38, 45 plus 12.
Then half.
Yeah.
45 plus.
So 57 halved.
Nice.
So that's 20. Yeah, so that's 26. So you take 26 points of slashing damage as he just kind of, he's angered that you broke his shield, so he kind of reaches and picks you up by he reaches out blindly, also scared now, so he just,
Go ahead.
he reaches out blindly, kind of grasping at you, grabs a hold of your neck, and just with his other hand with the sword, and he's like, bam, 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 just like carving into your body, just throbbing, burning pain. But now it's your turn. Alright, now it's... Yeah? Yeah. It's your turn.
Okay. A health potion is a minor action.
Yeah. 2d4 plus 4.
But I'm a dwarf, so I'm going to do 3 reckless attacks against him.
Oh, shoot.
And those give me advantage, right?
Yeah. Wait, can you do multiple reckless or just one?
I think you can do multiple. He just gets advantage against me.
Yeah, we can look that up later. Okay.
Okay, so there's a 25.
You have to beat a 21.
A 25, a 29, and a 27.
Okay, so you hit him 3 times.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you do add up that damage.
Actually, can I say those weren't reckless? Because I already have advantage. Since it's
Sure.
just so he doesn't get advantage against me. It's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So that would be. Keep forgetting there's not double advantage.
Yeah.
25, that's 27 plus 26 plus 21. 74
Oh my
damage
gosh.
plus the 3. Oh, and it hits 3 times, so it's plus 3 each time.
Plus 9.
So 70.
How do you want to do this
80,
if you want to do this?
83. Am I allowed to stop before I do this? Like, can I get him
Yeah.
to life save?
Yeah, I'll say like, you. So he's holding you around the neck, just for story purposes. So you just take up your elbow, like bam, like knock him right in the arm. Use your Ember Warhammer, just push him right in the chest, like knock him up against the wall. Just go bam, 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 bam.
I want to bash both his knees in, and then bash both his elbows in.
Okay, so you keep wailing on him, and Doyle is gonna run up and grab you by the shoulders and kind of like throw you off. He's like, "We need him alive. Keep your head."
No Urk should be alive.
Just temporarily. We can kill him later. I don't care.
I'm gonna go for him again. He's an orc.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a contested strength check.
Oh, I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, if he wants to stop me.
Yeah, he's trying. I
hope he beats me. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's in my character.
So, yeah, so you like go down for another hit, and Doyle's pulling you back, and Willie kind of like torpedo tackles you in the stomach. He's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." He like knocks you to the ground. He's like, "We just gotta ask him a few questions first."
I madly throw my hammer to the ground. Make it quick. This one wants to die soon.
Okay. It's like, what were you doing in Cousin Bilson's mine, you ugly bastard? It's like, choke! Choke the heady!
I go and pick up my hammer again.
He's like slowly fading. If you want to ask him something, kind of quickly fading.
I grab him by both ears and pull him close. What do you know about chalk?
He's coming.
Before he dies,
he's dying fast, bro.
I want to crush his skull in between my hands.
Okay, make a strength check.
With advantage, because rage.
Yeah.
19.
Nice. Yeah. So you're squeezing on him, and you're realizing it's really hard to do with kind of this cage-like helmet. But then you're like,
still on?
yeah, and then you're like, whatever, and you just like shove your thumbs in his eyes. It's like,
Push him to the ground.
Paul's never dead. Well, that was violent.
You want to know why I'm a beer seeker? It's because of that blasted chalk.
Hey. What the hell is Chuck doing up here in Casa Durig?
I don't know. But he'll regret the very day he stole my beard.
Now look, Grundi. I can understand, and I definitely feel for you, laddie, but I think we have greater pressing matters. This is dwarf land, Dawi land. Well, it's not a guild mine, but this is far into our territory. Orcs haven't left the Direwood in at least 3 springs. I think we gotta go tell somebody about this.
Agreed.
And if this war boss, this black one here, he's big enough to have a crew of his own. If he has loyalty to someone else, that means there's something bigger afoot.
There's always
Right?
something bigger afoot. I hope to find the biggest foot till I fall beneath it.
Just so long as it's not Grimish's foot.
I'm going to behead that orc.
Okay.
Tie it to my belt, and then start running out. Loot the bodies, of course.
Of course. Yeah, let me just check my loot notes real quick. Let's see. Let's see.
The goblin sound should be gone.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Unless there's more, I'm happy to kill some more.
No, it's clear. Okay, roaming through, let's see.
Should I put down for the head? Do I know his name?
Yeah, he said it a lot. Grutok, Iron Tusk, Grutok, Grutok.
Good talk.
So, Grutok, because work spell. Yeah, so looting the various bodies, you find a really awkward amount of money, which is actually not available. That's not accurate. Super awkward. Okay, you find,
Including the one dwarf I didn't loot yet.
yeah, so kind of going into this chamber, there's like a big pile, and some of it's kind of, they were trying to bury it for if they ever came back, just messily, and there's just orc filth and blood and dead, like a couple of dead dwarves in here. But what they were trying to bury was bags of silver dust that is worth about 2,900 gold pieces.
Should I put down the gold or the silver dust?
That's silver dust.
How much?
Say four bags, like bags of flour sized, just silver dust worth 2,000.
How heavy is it?
Probably like 7 pounds.
7 or 70?
7. I mean, maybe. Let's see. 4 garnets. So just.
Okay.
And there's a really now pretty crappy and kind of like what used to be a beautiful little chest, and now it looked like it got stepped on because it's kind of, you know, bent into weird angles and the wood's cracked. But there's a small scroll of parchment inside. Yeah, and that's about it. And then there's like miscellaneous dwarven weapons like daggers and a couple morning stars and an axe, but
I start heading out. Do they follow me?
yeah. Willie is kind of notably silent. Actually, no, he wouldn't be. He'd be like, "Did you see that, laddie? I stabbed him right through the back and then in the leg, and then you crushed his head against the stone wall. That was insane."
All right,
Mom,
buddy. We'll make a slayer of you yet.
I'll never believe this. Don't you dare tell your ma about this. He's like, "But uncle."
Doyle, we don't know how deep these mines go or if there are more in them. I say we shall take these barrels and seal the mines.
Agreed. I think what we need to do is we need to go seek out the Chamberlain. The Lord High Chamberlain. This is something that would be...
I try to find a minecart if there's one. And if there's one, I'll put the barrel in the minecart and kind of push it up.
The barrel of gunpowder?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
And once we reach near the front of the mines, and we're at a safe distance, probably... Actually... This is complicated. Why'd you have to make 3 entrances, Chad? Well, I'll just bring it to the base of the rope. We'll all climb the ropes, and then once we're at the top and near enough out, I'll drop a light.
You stuff the bottom of the rope inside the barrel, and when you get to the top, you light it on fire.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. So as you light it, Doyle's like, "Okay, we got to go." He starts running like down the tunnel. He's like, "Ah!" You hear the dull, like in the belly of the earth, just the, and you see the wooden pylons kind of holding the roof of the tunnel up. Like the few at the very far back begin to collapse, and big chunks of earth collapse in, not all the way to the entrance, but deep down where the mine is more vertical. He's like, "I love you, Grundy, and I agree, but my cousin's gonna be pissed."
Like you said, that's bigger things to worry about now.
You're right. Alright.
Where we start?
I think we better hurry back. With some speed at this point.
We'll find the goats.
Okay. So you start heading back with speed. Still having to spend one night out in the woods. Everything's prepared. Willie again, now with newfound excitement, talking about the different tales of adventure. While trying to take care of the goats, Doyle off hunting, and while you're left alone, that feeling of being watched comes back. Only this time, the Watcher keeps walking towards you.
I sit silently.
Okay. You see just a stag walking towards you. Normal, brown, shaggy stag, one antler broken. But as he's walking towards you closer and closer, like this tunnel vision sets in, and darker, and all you can focus on is him. And as he's walking with each step, his body builds in mass, his fur shedding and growing whiter, his antler growing back into the familiar shape of Oberon. "This, noble Dawi, is why I sent you here. Only you and Doyle would be able to catch wind of an orcish assault on Khazad-dûr in time enough to stop it. But for now, there is still enough time. But no, a wheel is in motion. Return now after speaking to Howard High Chamberlain of the Khazad-dûr, warning him to ready his forces for the defense of his city and his hold. After this is done, return home. Those fellows you adventure with, known as the League, are returning. You will need their help in the end, and they yours."
Who leads this orc army? Who heads them? How many are there?
Even for one as powerful as myself, dark powers are at play. I cannot see fully behind their veil. I have seen a great orc chieftain tied with fate strings to you. Now fiercer, running hordes. They call him Chalk the Hairy.
Not even an orc is stupid enough to attack a hold. What drives them?
Malice, hatred, a foolish belief that what they do grinds the wheels for when their gods return to this earth.
gods. Fake manifestations, are they not?
That is not for me to say, or for you to know at this time.
Tell me, how fare my friends?
Your friends now travel back across the endless sea, scarred of body and of mind, seeing things they likely do not understand. But the great evil in the sands have they vanquished. Look for them at your stone home called Pendragon. There you will find them.
I will, old Elky one.
He nods his great head, now showcasing the full splendor of his horns, a double set of antlers, 20 feet wide each. As he kneels down to you gracefully, he slowly starts to turn and return to the forest, your vision fading, and once again, there's just a stag. You hear a crossbow go off. The bolt fly over the stag. He's like, ah, shit! I thought I aimed better.
Doyle, we have enough food for tonight. Worry not.
If you say so. I know my boy's hungry from adventure.
And I go sit back down and pretty much quiet for the rest of the night.
Alright. I think that's a good spot to end it.
Oh, okay.
Returning to Khazad Dreg, warning the Lord High Chamberlain of a orc attack. Measures have been taken, which are now in motion. And spending some time with Doyle and his family, you undertake the 2-week journey back home to Pendragon. And you should return there a couple days before the rest of the party.
I want to, in the
If you-
meantime, I want to send a letter to my boys in Maine and ask for their assistance.
Okay.
And ask them
Doubles.
for the respect they bear me to travel up the Kazakh Dreg and help defend their own land.
All right. You need to do that side quest to unlock the splintering ending. You know where you can.
That might be something I'll do in Maine. We'll see.
Okay. Well, thanks for doing this, man. It was fun.
Yeah, it was cool. Man, this map is dope.
I bought it.
Oh,
It was.
it's dope.
Yeah. It was
$1.
$1.
You've gotten like way better.
No, not quite this good. I want to get this good eventually, but I was so rough for time, and I was like, I gotta go to the website. I was like, I gotta find a mine shaft. I'm like, that'll do. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I get my chain back too.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So yeah. So how much money do you have right now? Well, you have your goods that you need to sell,
I have my
but you could probably talk to Sparrow about all things like that.
I have 1,420 gold.
Sweet. So, feedback, anything I can improve?
Sounded like fun to me.
Yeah, bud. I'm trying to do this thing. It's subtle, but it actually gives me more energy when I'm running.